Alright, this is a takedown video for the XL Funhouse. First thing you want to do is turn the blower off. 2 tubes in the back, both need to be opened. That'll help get the air out. The flaps that you have on both sides, there's a Velcro flap here, there's one on the other side. You want to open both of those up, that'll help get the air out much faster. If you have some little helpers and they want to help, they can walk around on the unit. Make sure they take their shoes off if they walk on the unit. And please don't walk on the netting. If they walk around on their socks on the vinyl and just help squish the air out, it'll help it go out faster. You're going to pull up all the stakes. Make sure you collect all the stakes, get them back in the bag, because we do count them when they bring them back. The trick to getting the Moonwalk rolled properly, strapped and back in the bag to bring it back, is really taking the time to get all the air out of the unit. Also how you fold it before you even start to roll it. So the first thing you're going to do after they've taken their shoes off is they're just walking around on it and just squeeze all the air out. Once you've gotten most of the air out, you can start pulling that back wall forward like they did. We want to get it right to the seam on the back. When you roll the unit, you're going to roll it back to where these tubes are on this back seam. So we pull that seam out flat. It makes it much easier to roll when you're done. Then you take that top and you fold it over. Just not quite to the edge. What we're trying to do is to get as much of the vinyl evenly spread out over the whole square. Now they pulled the front wall forward, pulled it toward the back rather, and then they grab that seam and stretch it out on the bottom. Alright, so they're going to pull that back wall forward, the front wall forward. And then you probably want to walk on it a little bit more now that you've got it all spread out. Now to fold it, you're going to take the first side on either side and fold it over about 3 feet. Not all the way to the center like a regular jumper. And we take the other side and fold it about the same amount. About 3 feet over. Each time you fold it, you're going to walk on it. Every time you walk on it, you get a little bit more air out. And the more air you can get out, the better. Now they're going to fold that first fold over a second time, and the edge of the unit where they're folding over needs to go to about the center right there. So that's the center of the unit. This is the second fold on the right. It really helps if you have a little gap like you see the yellow vinyl. That's for that last fold, so it's not too tight when you fold it over. And the last fold, folding it this way protects the netting and all the pretty yellow and red. And before you roll it, you want to get the 2 straps, stick them underneath the back end where the tubes are. Get them ready for when you roll it up, they'll already be on top of the straps. You see the 2 tubes on this end, you want those tubes to hang out like they've got them straight out. That'll help get the air out of the unit as you're rolling it. The air will escape out the tubes. One person can roll it. If you have a second person to help walk on it without their shoes, to squish it flat, it makes a big difference. And if you have 2 people roll it, it's just that much easier. The tighter you start rolling it at the very beginning is going to determine how tight the roll will be when you're done. And the tighter the roll is when you're done, the easier it is to move it in your vehicle, get it in and out, to bring it back. Once you roll it all the way to the end, you squeeze all the air out you can get, then you roll it back just a little bit and tuck the tubes in. Any of the loose straps, just tuck those in so they don't get hung up on anything. And then roll it back over that last edge, and then strap it, it'll be ready to be bagged. The easiest way to bag it is once it's strapped, just stand it up on one end and then take the bag and throw it over it and then flip it over. And there should be a rope on the bag. Once you get it bagged, just run them through the loops and just tighten it up. It's going to protect the unit when you transport it back. And then you can get the unit off the tarp, get it ready to put in the vehicle, and then you can fold the tarp up. The cord, it wraps around the top part. It actually has a couple little sections on there that allows you to have the cord not get all tangled up. You gotta remove the stakes, keep those, put them in the bag. This unit's gonna have 12 nails and washers when you bring it back. Cord has an orange spool, just take it and roll it back up. It actually has a little crank handle on it. That's pretty easy to get it up. So you take the tarp and just flip it upside down, get all the grass. There's usually a lot of grass on it. And then flip it back over and fold it up. It helps to have two people. And that's how you take down the XL Funhouse.